Hello, friends. I'm meteorologist Zach Shields in the Fox 7 Weather Center. Thanks for checking in online about the big weather changes that are unfolding as we near the weekend. We still have 3 mild days ahead, and then winter is coming. Yeah, it's happening, folks. Look at all the counties here in Texas, up in Oklahoma, Arkansas, parts of Louisiana under a winter storm watch. That will begin Friday night and will last all the way through Saturday night. Some of our local counties across the northern hill country are under that winter storm watch. So all the ingredients are slowly coming together for a tremendous winter impact here in the Lone Star State. First of all, we're keeping a close eye on the Arctic chill. It's going to spill southward, come down the plains and enter Texas. See that dark blue? This weekend, that means highs running 25 to 35 degrees below average. We could be freezing for 24 to 36 straight hours. We're still in the 60s and 70s through Friday, and then the front will blast through the area late Friday. And Saturday, it's going to be one of those days where highs will be reached before sunrise. And temperatures will keep getting colder and colder and colder during the day on Saturday. And we'll be freezing from Saturday afternoon all the way through Monday morning. Yeah, we won't get above freezing on Sunday. And then check out the future wind chills. If the cold air doesn't get to you, the wind will. We're putting wind chills in single-digit territory, the teens, Sunday morning. And then again, Monday morning, some spots in the hill country could have wind chills below zero. So this Arctic air mass means business. Not only is it going to be the coldest air of the season, but we have a western low that's going to interact with it. And this is the first time that's happening for us, at least, this winter. And here is the winter storm that's going to plague the south here in the next few days. Right now, it's moving into California as it pivots closer to us. Remember, we have the cold air moving in from the north near the ground, but aloft, you have this upper low pumping in that conveyor belt of moisture. That's going to glide up and over that wedge of really cold air. This is what we call an overrunning weather pattern, where that warm, more humid air is going uphill, and that natural rising motion will lead to lots of clouds and also turn on the precipitation. But what kind of precipitation are we talking about? A little bit of everything. Late Friday going into the weekend. It will start off as a cold rain event, and then on the future radar you can see the pink colors. That's possibly some freezing rain and sleet mixed in the middle of the weekend. And what kind of precipitation we see here in Central Texas all depends on the temperature profile. Now, it's really easy when it's freezing from the cloud all the way to the ground. That's when it's just snow. I don't think that's happening here. You got to go up North Texas, Oklahoma for that. What's going to happen is this, a freezing rain event where we have the warmer air loft. So about 1,000 feet up, it's going to be above freezing. And the raindrops won't have a chance to freeze into snow pellets or snow flakes, even though we have this shallow layer of freezing air. Now, that column of freezing air could grow Saturday night, Sunday morning. That's when it could change over to a little bit of sleet. So we know it's going to be freezing. We know we're going to have some wintry precipitation, but there's still a lot of uncertainty about the timing of it and the severity of it because the two long-range forecast models differ on the solution. Usually the European weather model has a better handle on it. That's the one I'm showing you first. On and off light rain Friday. Rain intensifies. Yeah, just plain old rain Friday night, Saturday morning. No signs of any pink just yet because this model run slows down the cold front passage here until late Friday night, Saturday morning. That would delay the freezing rain and icing event until Saturday night into Sunday morning. Now, the GFS model is more aggressive, showing that cold air moving in Friday night. If that's the case, we could have freezing rain all day Saturday night, and the severity of this ice event would increase quite a bit. And that's what concerns me, because with these Arctic air mass, sometimes the computer weather models underestimate the timing of it and moves in a little bit quicker. But right now, this is how we think it will play out. Just rain Friday night, going into Saturday morning, mainly a cold rain before noon, and then as temperatures drop throughout the day, we're going to start to see some of that rain freeze on contact. First on metal objects outside like cars, signs, not on the ground. I think the ground warmth is going to be up there enough since we're going to be in the 60s and 70s the next several days. And then we could see some sleet being mixed in Saturday night into Sunday morning. If we're going to have some issues on the roadways, I think it's going to be overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. Sorry, kids, but the heavy snow event's going to stay up there in the Texas Panhandle in Oklahoma. There's some of the malls indicating they could pick up a foot of snow, parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. And then at the same time, perhaps a crippling ice event from Texas through the Ozarks and Tennessee Valley, and then eventually all the way over into the Carolinas and Virginia. Around here, for the third straight day, the European weather model keeps the ice corridor along I-20 from Dallas back toward Abilene, then down toward San Angelo. That's where we could have quarter to half an inch of ice on everything. Around here, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch. The chance of that happening, 50 to 60% into the hill country, 40% up and down I-35. So we're going to have a 100% chance of rain with this event Friday night, Saturday, but then about a 40 to 50% chance that we'll have some of that freezing rain and sleet. We're going to continue to monitor that. I think as we get closer to the event, the chances of that happening begin to increase. Right now, the European weather model shows about a tenth to a quarter of an inch. If that's the case, we'll have some ice coating on windshields, metal objects, back patios, things like that, slick bridges, overpasses, flyovers, main road should be fine, and then light icing on the trees. Now, if we get thicker ice than that, that's when the trees get really heavy. They can't support all that ice. Starts to lean on the power lines. We begin to have power outages. This is not going to be a repeat, I repeat, of 2021 or 2023 winter storms. Snow is unlikely. Icy roads are possible, though. Moderate risk of that happening late Saturday night. Power outages possible, but I think it's going to be an isolated event. It's not going to be widespread power outages and grid failure like 2021, but a hard freeze likely. So confidence meters showing high levels of confidence that we're going to have freezing weather, enough moisture for wintry precipitation, but the jury's still out on the timing of the worst of the ice and the placement of the heavy ice. This is how we think will play out Friday through Sunday. On Friday, late day front, so gusty winds, rain increasing, wet roads, not icy yet. On Saturday, falling temperatures with a hard freeze. Freezing rain starts to show up then. We could have some slippery roads late in the day, especially elevated roads. Rain starts to shut down Sunday morning early, but we still could have some lingering icy spots. And then it's the extreme cold that really takes over. Wind chills in single-digit territory Sunday morning. So again, the northern half of the state under a winter storm watch that does include Mason, San Saba, Lampasas, Bell, and Milam counties. That doesn't start until Friday night and lasting all the way through Saturday night. A winter storm watch means watch out. There is a potential for a wintry mix that could lead to some major impacts on roadways, so prepare for major impacts. If it's upgraded to a winter storm warning, that means, oh yeah, we're going to have lots of severe wintry mix and travel impacts are likely. We'll have to wait and see if the rest of the area is just under a winter weather advisory. That's a level 1. Yes, saying we could have some freezing rain leading to some minor travel difficulties, but we never want to see this ice storm warning. That's when it gets really bad. For now, on the panic meter, we've gone from something to watch to travel trouble with some ice here and there late Saturday into the middle of the weekend, a level 3 out of 5 concern. Good time to download our free Fox 7 weather app to get the latest weather information. We'll continue to iron out the details as we get closer to the weekend, but freezing weather likely along with wintry precipitation.